Zachary Grover, Craig Matson.
Hello, Your Honor.
Good morning still to both of you. Raise your right hands, please. Swear the testimony in this case to be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Grover, you still living in that car?
I don't live in the car. I stay out in it to watch the neighborhood because we have a bunch of homeless people that come by day and night. We've had our car broken into twice, and stuff gets stolen from people's property all the time. And not only that, I have a back problem from when I was in an accident. So me sleeping inside where I used to sleep causes issues, unlike me sleeping in my car. So I sleep in my car. But other than that, yeah.
Okay, so best I could tell is that your concern is that Mr. Matson walks by out on the road and has a boombox with him and plays music, and
No,
you think that's intended to annoy you?
No, that's not even close to what's
Okay.
been going on. When I first found out about Craig Matson, it was about 3 years ago. I had no clue who the dude was, and the only reason I found out about him is because there's these two ladies that feed the stray bowling alley cats that have been there for 10 plus years. Animal services have been out. They're the ones who leave them there. They'll get them fixed and spayed, and then they'll drop them off. But I met the nice two ladies who feed them, and one of them's probably about 80 years old. She walks with a walker, and she was the first one to tell me about this crazy guy who would literally stalk her every time he sees her out.
Okay, so Mr. Grover, I'm going to stop you. Just tell me about your contact with Mr. Matson. Let's just focus on that.
I was only saying that because it's pretty much what he was doing to them, he's doing to me.
So explain that. What do you?
He'll come home, come over to my house and start harassing me whenever he sees me out. He's threatened to beat my ass multiple times. I actually even have a neighbor that's out right now that could tell you exactly what I'm saying. It became a daily thing where he's came out and harassed me and just wouldn't stop. And then, like I said, the boombox was one part because he deliberately came and sat at the very last inch of my driveway at 8 a.m. with his boombox on full blast, where it woke up the whole entire neighborhood. Stood there for about 2 minutes blasting the music, and then after that, he'd make sure to when he got off work, he would come past my house, go about a mile an hour, play certain songs that are talking about gun violence and how I'll shoot you, those kind of songs. And it's literally been nonstop harassment for 3 months until he got served. He knew he was I was trying to serve him, and he was dodging the service for most of the time, and so I was gonna have him served at work, and I didn't know where he worked. So I mean, I found out one day, and when I found out, because I followed him to work. If I have to have him served, I have to have him served. Before he got to the work, he pulled into a gas station. I pulled over too, and he made this big scene, and tried to have the people at the gas station call the cops and make this seem like this guy has so many drugs in his car, blah blah blah. And I even have a video of me telling him like, well, call the cops. If you think I'm, harassing you or this is illegal, call the cops. And he went to leave. He went to his work, and as we were leaving from the gas station, there was a cop right there. I even honked my horn a couple times to try to get his attention. The cop rolled down his window, and I said, "Hey, this guy, I need to have him served." And the judge said I could have police do it, and it was Thurston County or Lacey PD, and they're like, "Well, you need a call beforehand." So I'm like, "Whatever." But I've never once went out of my way to say or do anything to him. Make first not confrontation but interaction, and yet he for pretty much 2.5 months straight would come over here, see what I'm doing, harassing me. He even had his one security camera in front of his house pointed directly at my house just to surveil me and see what I'm doing at all times. And
what's the distance between your two houses?
It's about 200 feet, maybe, if that. I also uploaded a couple police reports where he has assaulted a 12-year-old at the park for cussing at him. And he has also assaulted one of the ladies that I had talked about that feeds the cats. He has this really like angst hate for cats for some reason. And he like literally like anyone that feeds the cats or likes cats or whatever, he'll literally go out of his way just to harass and literally stalk them. He is trespassed from the apartment from me next to me because he has messed with and harassed so many people that the apartment manager said that he is not allowed to come over there anymore. I literally have like 20, 30 more videos I could have sent in, but when I called the court clerk last time,
I watched a lot of videos, Mr. Grover. I don't need any more.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I didn't want to overwhelm you with
Okay.
I didn't
Has
even
he
really
said something?
look at what they had.
Has he said something that threatens you?
Yes, he said he's going to kick my ass multiple times, and I have witnesses to prove it.
Okay. All right. And has he made any
I can literally go up to my neighbor.
indication?
He's right here.
Has he approached you? Has he threatened, by moving towards
Me
you?
on my property many times. Yes, he has come up to me on my property. He hasn't came on my property, but he has approached me probably 10 times at least.
Okay. All right. Mr. Mattson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
I hope you've read my personal, all my statements that I've submitted, and I'm going to save repeating all that information. For the most part, I want to say that I have never threatened Mr. Grover. Mr. Grover, the majority of the time, he will initiate contact with me, even by his own submitted evidence. He's sitting in his car yelling at me in my driveway and at my mailbox. And one of the most outrageous things he's done is he's accusing me of following false police reports. He doesn't want to talk to me about it anymore because he's now found out that's not true. But this is why he's coming after me. Your Honor, can I speak? So I have proven by getting a police report sent to a public records request done on my property that says we have not filed any police reports at all in the past 6 months on Mr. Grover. He's also submitted a piece of evidence that shows the next door neighbor made noise complaints. It wasn't me. So this is all retaliation. I asked him once as he was walking or driving down the road to not rev his engine so loud. Then he's been getting noise complaints about it. He made the assumption it was me, and he's been retaliating about it ever since. He's been yelling to me about false police reports, and then recently it's been about court. So I didn't really even understand the context because I was never served papers for court, and I never filed any police reports. So I really feel like he's been harassing me.
Can I say something?
Yeah, Mr. Grover, hold on. You'll get the last word. Don't worry.
Great.
All right. So on at least one of the videos I saw, Mr. Madsen, you're walking by with the boombox. Mr. Grover tells me it's early in the morning, and you're sort of standing outside of his driveway. He does initiate he starts yelling at you, but you have your boombox. So what's with the carrying the boombox? It seems intentional.
I was on my way to the park with my dog at 8:30 in the morning on a Saturday.
He didn't go across.
Mr. Grover,
He yelled at me,
Mr. Grover, I'm
and I
not going to
can't
listen to you interrupt me.
My bad.
Go ahead, Mr. Madsen.
He yelled at me, and I came over there, and then I continued to the park after that. The video was only a minute and a half. It wasn't very long, and I was just going to the park with music and my dog. The entrance to the park is directly across from his house, and it's right next to my house as well. I live about 300 feet away.
Yeah, and he needed to come across the street to me.
Okay,
Apparently.
Mr. Grover.
I know. I thought he was done talking. That's the only reason why I said something.
No, he's not done. I'll let you know when it's your turn. Okay. Do you ever think of getting some earbuds and play your music on your phone?
Yes, Your Honor. That I have. He after he made a scene about that, I have never done it again. Of course. I don't know. He's talking about driving by. I mean, I play music in my car at a regular volume, and it's a low. It's like a 15-mile-an-hour zone, and I'm pulling into my driveway. So his other video is just me going home from work. You know, there is the long-running history of him being extremely loud with his car. I'm sure you saw some of those videos of him revving his engine and even backfiring. It's very disturbing to the neighborhood. So I find it really odd that he's making a claim that I played music once at 8:30 when he disrupts the neighborhood almost every night with his loud revving of his engine.
All right. Well, as you probably saw in reviewing the videos, he's talking to his friend and says, "Well, that's that's how you get going. You push the accelerator on a car, and it might be loud, but it seems to you more than that."
Well, he has removed his catalytic converter and his muffler system, so he has no exhaust system on his car anymore. It's a Pontiac Grand Prix GT, so it is kind of a sports car, and he's taken all the exhaust system off of it, which makes it extremely loud.
Have you told law enforcement that? Because you're not allowed to do that.
There's reports in law enforcement reports about his noise complaint about that. He needs to put a muffler back on his car.
All right.
Those complaints were not made to us, though. We never filed a police report against him. Like his accusations say, that is unfounded.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Grover, you get the last word. Go ahead. You're muted right now.
Not me. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah. So I'm just gonna say, if he was going to the park with his dog, the park's on his side of the street, and he would have no reason to be on my side whatsoever if that's what he wants to say his reason was for playing the music. And two, the police report that was reported on me, it says the house that has the car that's revving is directly west from the property. Even though it doesn't have his name on it, my house is directly west from his property. Literally, directly. So, I mean, he wants to sugarcoat it and try and come up with whatever reason. I don't rev my engine. I'm pretty sure I even submitted the video where I've talked to my neighbors where they can literally verify. I can literally go to any house on the street right now and verify that. I don't rev my engine. I go to and from places. I actually had to call the cops on him a week ago because ever since he got served the court papers, he's been trying to figure out a way to get me to confront him so he can get a "oh gotcha" moment on video. The first thing he did is he had his wife's son go across the street from me at about 11 o'clock at night and knock my neighbor's trash can over while Mr. Matson held the door open for the kid to run inside, and so he could hopefully record me confronting him. I even recorded me going picking up the garbage can because none of my neighbors deserve to have their property damaged or messed with, just so someone can probably catch me on video like a paparazzi. And then the second time, like I said, when I called the cops on him recently, he had a flashlight directed straight at my property, pointing from the ground. And he was trying to get me to, confront him again so he can get some kind of video on me. And I said, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna call the cops because that's what I was told to do. I called the cops, and then his excuse to the cops is, well, he harasses me by driving his car all the time, and it's very loud. And the cops even told him, well, you can't say he's harassing you by driving his car because he has to drive his car. He's like, you can't say that. He told the cops that. And then the last time he tried to get a gotcha moment was a few days ago. The stray cats that I told you about, there's some that live in the bushes by the park, and they're literally like blackberry and thorn bushes. He will intentionally take his dog to go in those bushes where they are fed so that the dog will piss or shit on the food. He's also kicked the food and used a leaf blower to blow the food in the bushes. So last time I seen him take his dog over there, I made sure to record it from my property all the way to the spot to show what that spot looks like, which it is all thorn. And as soon as I got like within 5 feet of the spot, he watched me walk up the whole entire time, and he pulls out his camera the last 5 seconds. Don't approach me. I'm telling you not to approach me. Even though he knew I was going to look at the spot where he takes his dog to supposedly piss and shit, which is 20 feet away from his own house.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I'm not going to enter the order in this case. Mr. Matson, Mr. Grover has made it very plain that he does not want you contacting him. And you appearing at the end of his driveway early in the morning with a boombox, like I said, seems to me intentional. So let's not do that. And any beef you have with Mr. Grover, you report it to law enforcement, report it to whomever, but don't report it to Mr. Grover. He doesn't want to hear from you about it. So I strongly urge you not to do that. Mr. Grover, the car, the law requires you to have muffler devices on your car. So if you don't, I'm not going to issue you a ticket.
I mean, if the cops are going to give me a ticket, they're going to give me a ticket. It's my fault,
Okay, well, just know it is aggravating at least one neighbor in your neighborhood, but I'm not making an issue. I'm just putting it out to you.
I know.
All right, so Mr. Matson, you're going to have to ignore it and ignore Mr. Grover.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Grover.
Yeah, I just want to make it known. I do plan on doing a FOIA request at work, so I just want to let you know ahead of time before he tries to, say anything about that. I wanted to let you know because he works for the Washington State Department of Wildlife.
Okay, and I'll let you know that folks are entitled to call law enforcement as many times as they wish. It's up to law enforcement to decide what to do about it. We never restrict somebody from calling law enforcement or,
well,
whatever
I
else.
just wanted to let you know beforehand so someone doesn't say I'm harassing you for work. Thank you.
No, you're allowed to make those requests. Thank you both.
No,
you're all done.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bye-bye. Ms. Donahue?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have service.
No, I don't, but I need to ask again, the court, if they could please, since this is the 5th hearing I've been through, and everyone that's getting, protective orders are way lower in concern to mine.
All right, you and I talked about this before. I'm not going to revisit the decision of the judge not to give you an order. All we can talk about is, has Mr. Kovas been served? And the answer is no. And this is, let me make sure I'm correct about this.
This
See,
plea
one,
is regarding human
two.
trafficking.
Yeah, I
rape,
understand.
And video.
Yeah, you told
But
me all
you
about it.
gave a dog
Yeah, you
a
told me
protection
about that.
order.
Okay,
You gave Tilly a protection order.
This is
You've
the-
given these people
all right.
protection orders.
so I'm just going to
For a
dismiss.
property line.
Okay, we're not going to reset it.
You're not resetting it? Well,
No, I'm
I'm
not.
appealing, so
Okay.
I'm not going away just because you don't like me or whatever.
It's nothing
You
about
just
liking you.
can't.
Okay, this is the 4th hearing where we've
No,
given
no,
you a
no,
chance.
this is the second hearing on Lenny Cavallas. Okay,
You-
just because
July
of the
20,
campaign
August
smear.
3rd.
No,
Okay,
It
this
was-
is the 3rd hearing. I'm
this is
sorry,
the
August.
second.
It's July 20th, August 3rd. Okay, I'm not going to argue with you. And then today being August 17th. So it's a 3rd hearing in which you have had an opportunity.
So the
try to
abuser
get
gets to
served.
skid away from being served and I lose as the victim. I'm
If-
just asking you that question.
If you can get information where you believe you can serve them, you can refile the request for the order. But for now, I can't keep carrying this case because it doesn't look like
Well,
there's
if
any
you would
hope you're
give
gonna
me
get
a
them served.
temporary, like you did the dog Tilly.
No, that
or
doesn't
obviously-
change anything
Yes, it
about
does.
service, not about service.
Yes, it does. Look at
Okay.
the subject
All right, Ms.
here.
Donahue, thank you.
No, the subject here.
I know what the subject is. I heard from you
Just
before.
because Washington State doesn't like me because of my letter or my campaign smear, doesn't give you the right to make your decisions.
All right, thank you.
No, there is no thank you. This is against the law. This isn't even the letter of the law. This isn't even the spirit of the law. What you're doing is illegal. And if anything happens to me, I'm gonna start calling the police and I'm gonna call the FBI and we'll see how far this goes.
Okay, thank you.
I want some documentation you're stopping
I'm
this.
gonna give some to you. Just hold on, let me get it filled out.
So he's allowed to rape me, he's allowed to hear. Do you know what I have on my phone? A videotape of a person setting up a room for human trafficking me, and I caught him because he assumed I was part of the crew. And they said they left it a mess. This is him on the video talking to me. I got a license plate number, I got everything. And I said to him,
And you
how's
believe-
it going?
Do you believe he's still in Florida?
I think he runs everywhere he wants to run because apparently he's protected. And Jeremiah Robinson the same.
Okay.
Yeah. And what does it matter where he is? Like, again, you can run a company around the country if you want, especially if you're being protected by the state of Washington. So I know what's going on and I don't appreciate it that I'm not being protected. And I do have that documentation. And I have him jumping in his van and running away.
Okay.
I have so much evidence. When this is all said and done, Judge Buckley,
All right. And Ms. Donahue, if you wait, we'll give you a copy of the document you asked for.
so I just want to make it clear, you're stopping this human trafficking, this video, this game on the internet to try to locate me and talk to me so they can rape me. You're stopping this order. Am I correct?
There was never an order in place.
A plea for an order.
Yeah, I told you I would not revisit the other judge's denial of an order
Why wouldn't you?
because we don't review our own judges' decisions. They make a decision and
you
that's
just
what it
stick to
is. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.